This episode marks the 1-year anniversary of Viewport Gaming. Thanks to all our listeners for all your support and interactions on twitter.com. This is just year 1. We hope to be doing this for a long time, and we couldn't do it without all your help. So a big thank you from the Viewport team.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. It's time for another episode of Viewport Relay, a bi-weekly podcast where the Viewport team looks at the latest news in the industry of games. I'm your host, Albert Corsten, and I'm joined as always by Tristan Jung.
Hello.
And Alex Nestor.
Hey.
It's episode 25. That was the really bad song intro made up on the spot.
I liked it. We got to practice a little bit more, though.
Yeah, guys, it's 25 episodes. You know what that means?
What?
Tristan, does that mean 1 year of episodes?
Well, theoretically, it should have been episode 27 since we're bi-weekly, but we missed 2 episodes.
That's why I wanted you to clarify to the people, you know.
But it's been 1 year.
Hey, you're not allowed to say that word.
On Saturday, it will be our 1-year anniversary since launching our website, https://www.viewportgaming.com.
Amazing. What a URL. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for that URL.
It took months to figure that out.
It took months to get that one. But yeah, you know what? 1 year. You know what's a good celebration for 1 year?
What?
A video game announcement. That we kind of knew was already coming. Borderlands 3. We've seen it with our eyeballs. Randy Pitchford, he televised digital signals into our eyeballs, and we learned about the land of borders for the third time.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think? What's going on? There's guns with legs. There's brick sack solos in it.
It looked mostly the same as the previous games, which is a good and a bad thing, I think. I don't know. I'm excited, of course. I always loved Borderlands gameplay, but I don't know. I guess I was expecting a little more from this trailer. It felt like they didn't really show anything.
What I got from it is it's a lot of the same, but some improvements, which is kind of the same thing as the second game, which was a lot better than the first. And by that, I mean, they showed a lot of different vehicles in that trailer. There was like a wheelie, like General Grievous type wheel thing. There was like a hover tanky type thing. There's a lot of vehicles. And that was probably the weakest part of Borderlands, was the vehicles.
Yeah, we'll just hope they control well this time.
Yeah. They do the Halo thing where you hold W and use the mouse to move, which is always a interesting decision. Other than that, we got a lot of characters. There were like a lot of characters. Like every single character ever from every previous game was in that trailer. Even characters from Tales to the Borderlands Telltale series were in that trailer. My question is, how many of those will be playable as classes? Are we going to get 4? Are we going to get more? What's going on?
I think they'll end up going with the 4 base classes, and then we'll probably see... You know what? I'm just going to call it. Tiny Tina is going to be one of the DLC characters.
She's no Tiny anymore. You saw her, right?
No, she's not as small. She has grown up a little bit.
She's like teenage Tina now. Tristan, you've been really quiet. Are you muted?
No, I'm here. I was going to comment on how I wasn't too impressed about the game, but we already skipped to the characters, so now I'm just saying.
Hey, well, now you can say it. Now's your chance.
I honestly thought it wasn't that impressive. I thought the environment shots that they had, the one with like the Metropolis downtown nighttime, that was a pretty cool shot.
Cool. That was cool. Yeah, that was cool.
But other than that, it looked too similar to me. And I got the exact same vibes from Pre-Sequel when they announced that game, so I'm a little wary. But I'm open to try it out. That's where
I thought the mechanics for Pre-Sequel were too clunky. I feel like Borderlands 2 innovated a lot on the first, right? It was like the core concept was the same, right? but they just made like crazier guns. They made the skill trees better. The environments were better. And I thought pre-sequel didn't improve enough from 2. It was sort of just the mechanics they did were like oxygen, and it's like, well, I don't want to have to like run to these places.
You're on the
to, like, fill up.
moon.
Yeah, and it's like the low grav was kind of a weird concept that I didn't really click with me.
And level design in general was just a bit all over the place.
Yeah, it was all over the place. So I think even if they do a little more of the same, if they can improve on those aspects, like 2 did with 1, it can still be a fun game. But maybe it's just because I really like Borderlands and I want another one.
I definitely agree on that. Yeah, like I've talked with these guys before, just the character skill builds you can do for each character is just great to me. You can have a lot of different character builds, so even if you're the same character, you can have a completely different build from the other person. And that's just really cool in a looter shooter, I think.
For Gage, was it like the Chaos Shotgun or whatever was like the best build? I forget what it was called.
You could do like Anarchy builds.
Yeah, that's what it was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one. All right, real question. What's up with that guns with the legs? Why does a gun have legs?
I don't know, I'm kind of thinking maybe that's like the new Tediore special effect or something, maybe to replace the explosion. But yeah, who knows? Maybe there's new manufacturers. That's probably where we're going. It looks futuristic. Well, it is futuristic because all the characters have aged, but
I hope that's the case.
So maybe we just have new weapons manufacturers, which would be very cool. But yeah, it promised billions of guns, so we'll see how many are actually unique guns.
What if you travel to different planets this time, and you can like warp between the planets?
Wait, like Destiny?
But do you think that would be cool? Like go to different planets and stuff? I feel like that's where it might be going, but I don't know.
Well, that's kind of what I don't know. Can we spoil a like super old game right now?
What game is it?
Borderlands 2.
Yeah, you can spoil that game.
Yeah, don't you see like a star map at the end of the game, and they're like, "Oh my god, these vaults are everywhere."
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I mean, sure, why not?
What I'm gonna say right now, I from the trailer, I think Lilith dies at the start. She was
my god.
There were like those big baddies, and she was like reaching for one of those vault keys, like on the ground. I think they're gonna kill her.
Albert on the prediction spoilers.
Yeah, they killed her boyfriend already, so now they gotta finish the job.
Oh man, I forgot about Roland.
Yeah, Roland's dead. Lind. Okay. Yeah. Oh, last things on Borderlands. Rumors, exclusive to Epic Store, potentially.
Oh, God.
And release date in September, so coming very soon.
It's
Rumors,
releasing in September. It's not that they're gonna show the release date in September, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because and it's a little believable because Randy Pitchford has said he doesn't like announcing games that are far away. So, and I feel like Borderlands is more of a fall release sort of game than a holiday sort of game. So, I find it believable. All right. It's that time of the year. It's time to be fooled. Well, it was time to be fooled. It's past that day. Mm-hmm. But we had some April Fool's jokes. Classic happens every year. I like it when companies do April Fool's jokes. Do you guys like it when companies do the April Fool's thing?
I like most of them. Some of them are a little, on the lower side. There were plenty of Battle Royale April Fool's jokes, I think.
Yeah, that was a big trender this year.
Mm-hmm. The big surprise for me was the Final Fantasy 15 still being relevant.
I like it when they have like kind of, tasteful ones that you kind of know are a joke right away instead of getting surprised. Like the Kirby one, that was kind of cute. That was kind of funny. They announced that Kirby's turning into a square.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a level of effort, right? Like the lowest effort ones, in my opinion, but they can be funny. Like just because they're low effort doesn't mean they're not good. But it's like, oh, the 4-1 patch notes, and they just make memes on like the game. I like stuff that's obviously like a little more heavily involved. Like the Kirby Square one was like simple but really funny. I liked the For Honor one.
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up.
The rabbits were invading. I like the War Thunder one too.
Huh? What did War Thunder do?
They put a giant UFO in the game, and they called it Earth Thunder.
Oh, I see what they did there.
Yeah.
Then another cool one was Tekken 7. They made a render of Harada as a character. It actually looks really good.
What if he released as an actual character?
I hope he does, honestly. He might as well at this point. He doesn't give a shit.
Sometimes April Fool's jokes they hit home because they're like, sometimes you actually want that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it never gets made.
Yeah.
Hence the IGN fake Nintendo Direct one.
Like,
that one got weird at the end, though.
Like, I really want Elsa in my Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Oh, yeah. And whatever, the big rigs on my Switch, I want that one, too. We get everything. All right. Let's skedaddle to the next news so we can get closer to that game at the end. Building hype.
Mm-hmm.
Valve. They make games, we think. They used to. They also make hardware. And so they've announced the Valve Index and Knuckles. And everyone memed it was like a Sonic thing, but the name of the joystick things have been called the Knuckles for quite some time now, like for almost like a couple years now. So it's not supposed to be that memey, but they have announced that they will be pre-order available and announcing it on May 1st, and it will be shipping in June. So here's my question. Why? First of all, they've already partnered with HTC on are they still partnered with them on the Vive? I know for the first one they did. I don't know if they split off eventually.
Well, they're definitely not getting their help for this, from what it looks like.
Yeah, so why did they make their own if they were already partnered with HTC? That was my question.
The older the VR industry gets, the more confused I'm getting.
How so?
There are so many different versions out now. Wireless, wired, what works with Bluetooth, what doesn't work with Bluetooth, how do the stores
pro
work,
and non-pro versions,
what games are compatible. It's just becoming a nightmare at this point. And Valve is just tossing another piece of wood into the flame right now. I'm not really sure what they're aiming for with this. There's obviously no details from what I can tell. And honestly, the design doesn't look that great. And what is that slider about?
I mean, we've seen... I don't know what the slider's about. That's kind of weird. Is that the front? Is that the bottom we're seeing?
Yeah, bottom right side.
Yeah. So all I can think... Well, I don't know. Because...
Well, it's either like speaker control...
It could be like focus, maybe, or something.
Or I'm thinking to adjust the focal point for people with oddly spaced eyes.
I was thinking that too. So PSVR has like nothing of that sort that I know of, right? So there's the back where you can like adjust the strap on the head. There's like the front one where you can, if you wear glasses, you can push the headset forward so you can wear glasses while doing it. But don't know what that dot is. The interesting thing is the two camera lenses on the front, right?
The Vive already has that.
Does it?
Vive has cameras.
Oh, that's right. It does. Yeah, it has cameras on the front.
My concern is, like, they swore off Steam machines. They stopped making, a bunch of hardware, and now they're releasing this. Is this from a long time ago? Or is this where they put all their dev resources in? And if so, why? Like, how is this better than all the other headsets in the market today?
Yeah, like, is there something that they're like, we want to make a game, but the Vive doesn't have it. But whenever we tell HTC to put it in, they're like, no. So they're like, screw it, we're making our own one. It's like,
all for Half-Life 3.
All for Half-Life. Half-Life VR. It's coming.
We're not even getting that far. We're getting reworked Artifact.
We're getting Ricochet VR first.
Actually, Skyrim is going to be the first game on this hardware.
Oh, probably.
Did they actually say that?
No, but it's true.
Todd's
already developing it.
Okay, so here's a question. This is the first game studio. Obviously, Valve is weird, but the first game studio to make a VR hardware itself.
Sony?
What are the advantages? But they're not a game studio. They're a console manufacturer.
Okay.
I guess.
I was thinking they're like a publisher as well, right? I guess Valve's a publisher. It's kind of weird. You know what I'm getting at. Valve was first a game
Valve is a company.
A game development studio. You can't call Sony a game development studio. Ha. Anyways. What are the advantages of Valve doing it, and what are the disadvantages of Valve doing this?
Disadvantage, they probably have no idea what they're doing. Or, I mean, they have less idea of what they're doing compared to hardware companies.
I feel like that's Valve whenever they release hardware. They're like, we don't know what we're doing.
They're just like, this is a thing. Do you want to buy it?
I'm Gay Ben, and Spy is my favorite class.
Advantage, they can cater to their specific needs, right? Like, they know what they want in video games, whereas when Sony makes them, they have to kind of cater to the generic dev masses. So there might be some very specific features that this has.
The index can be finely tuned to work with all the latest Valve games.
But other than that, I really don't see why they're doing this on their own. That's my thing. It's like the Steam controller. Why are you making a controller, right?
That was true. That was kind of weird. It was a cool controller, but why?
And I kind of want to see what the knuckles look like. Are those renders out as well?
They kind of remind me a little bit of the Vives thing, other than they wrap around your hand.
You just kind of put them together and make a steering wheel.
Mm-hmm. You're going to use tilt controls for all your games.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm interested to see what this is. Here's a question. Last question. The Valve said they were getting back into making games. And we've been like, alright, you released Artifact and that died in 5 minutes. Was that your game, right? What if essentially they're gonna pump all their dev resources into making VR games for their own hardware? Kind of like Nintendo, right? They keep everything exclusive and they only release it on Nintendo systems. So Valve's like, alright, we need to push this hardware. We're just gonna release all these Valve games only on our VR systems. Do you think that could backfire, or do you think it's a good business strategy?
I don't think it'd be a good idea to make them VR only. I think at most they would make them PC and then also the option of VR.
I mean, there's also the fact that Nintendo, like the investment that you have to put in to play their games is only $300 hardware, right?
Yeah, I mean, they haven't announced a price for this thing yet.
No, but like if you want to play a VR game, now you need a computer that can run VR games and this thing, and then you need to buy a game, which is a much higher barrier to entry. So I don't know if their marketing strategy is only going for those people that can afford everything, then sure, but otherwise I'm not sure if that's the best strat.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a wait and see sort of thing. I'm definitely on the skeptical side right now. They'll have to like win me over at this point. At least that's my stance on it. Like, what about you guys? You guys don't have VR. Is this something you're like, dang, I might get this? Or is it like, no, they gotta sell me on this because I'm not sold on this right now?
Yeah, I'm definitely not sold. I need to see what makes this unique from the other VR models out there. And what are they going to actually do with it? Is it going to be supported by anything?
I see a little wire. So that automatically turns me off, right? I'm waiting for a wireless VR headset to come out. Although I feel like that's not going to happen for a very long time. I don't want wires ever in my room. I don't want like all these cameras set up everywhere. So that is an automatic no for me.
Let's talk about something that's wired. Let's talk about Sega announcing the Sega Genesis Mini. I think this is the last one, right? Have we missed any consoles? We got NES, SNES, PlayStation. Are we missing anything?
I think those are the important ones.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. I mean, we haven't gotten our taco phone yet.
The N-Gage Mini.
Where's our N-Gage Mini? And that can make calls too. Can I get a SIM card in that? Thank you.
The SIM card is bigger than the actual mini console.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of news on this. I just think that honestly, it's got they only announced 10 games, right? But I mean, of those 10, I mean, maybe it's just like they announced the biggest hitters, but they had like the ones that stood out to me and probably most people. They have Echo, Sonic, Castlevania, and Toe Jam and Earl.
Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Mean Bean Machine? And Comic Zone? How do you pass that one up?
All right. You guys are a little more hyped about other things than me.
No, it's actually a really solid list of the first 10 games that are coming out, and there's going to be apparently 40 or
and there's
so
going to be
games.
40, yeah, which is better than the SNES and NES is and the PlayStation's 20, and it's $80 and comes with the 2 controllers and all that jazz, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's plenty that aren't here yet. Like there's like the Tasmanian Devil game, like Vector Man 1 and 2. Yeah, they got plenty of stuff to put on this thing.
So I think that this might be, I mean, obviously the games are probably the make or break for all these things, but just getting the amount of, like, SNES Classic had some good ones, but on it, like, some of them were kind of trash.
Mm-hmm.
This one with 40 games probably just has a higher chance of having more hit games on it.
And it looks pretty sweet, gotta admit. It's got a good aesthetic to it.
Does it? The real question is, does it have blast processing, though?
I don't know if it's
a
got
real
the blast
thing, by the way.
I read that this morning. Yeah, it's a real thing. But apparently they didn't use it at all or something?
It's too powerful for back then.
Our simple minds couldn't handle blast processing. Yeah. Would you guys get this?
I'd almost consider it, actually. This is probably the first mini I'd actually consider getting, because there's a lot of good Genesis games out there.
I feel like I'm running out of ports and monitors at my house to support all these mini consoles.
Do you have them constantly plugged in?
Well, I want them to be plugged in so that I can play right away. I want to sit
you gotta
down.
buy more TVs, huh?
Yeah. I want to plop down on my couch and just turn on Mean Bean Machine, you know? Jump right in.
Mean Bean Machine. Don't we all? That's the American dream right there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
An American dream for a Canadian boy.
2 kids, wife, a dog, picket fence.
And a mean
machine. Mean machine. Okay. Let's go on. I'm going to lump these ones all together. It's about Bethesda and our favorite guy, Todd Howard. What a man. Let's start with probably the not surprising announcement that neither Elder Scrolls 6 or Starfield will be at Bethesda's E3 this year.
Wait, why is that not surprising?
You expected them to be there?
One of them, maybe?
So that's my question, right? What are they announcing this? Are they announcing anything this year?
I don't think they're doing Bethesda Days, right? They didn't announce that yet, right? Are they doing it?
For E3?
Yeah.
No, I don't think they've announced it,
okay.
but I'm pretty sure they would. They're one of the big publishers, and they have a lot of games coming out.
Like all the weird one-off games that are coming out?
I mean, I guess we'll see Doom Eternal, Rage 2.
Mm-hmm.
There's
What
that
else-
Wolfenstein
what else is
DLC.
coming?
There's that Wolfenstein Youngblood. But that was my questions, right? If we're not, I mean, here's a random. Do you think we're gonna see a Fallout 76 DLC thing?
Expansion pack?
Season
Yeah.
Pass.
Do you think though? Seriously? It might be.
No way.
I'm kind of getting shivers just thinking about it.
Are they just hoping that game just exits everyone's mind and no one ever brings it up again?
No, I think they're supporting it, but there's no way they can start selling like a season pass for that game.
It's been it'll be like what, 6 months from? No, it came out in November, right? So by the time 7 months since release, holy moly! Can't fix your game in 7 months.
If anything, they might say it goes free to play or something, or
I could see that. Yeah,
I think that has to be the big announcement. If they announce something paid on top of the game, people are gonna. There's gotta be a fire in that auditorium.
They'll announce a full price VR version of the game.
Oh God. All right, here's the real. But really, if these games aren't coming, are they gonna announce?
Oh, I know what's going. Yeah, there is.
If you say Elder Scrolls on another console, I swear to God.
Elder Scrolls
no.
Blades. Where's that game?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be there.
I've been waiting patiently with one hand.
Wait, didn't it come out?
I think Early Access came out. I've seen some people on my timeline play it, but the full version isn't out yet.
When does it come out? 2019. Mid-2019. They're going to shadow drop it at E3. Calling it right now. Todd Howard's going to be on the toilet. He's going to be like, look at me playing Blades, and you too can play it right. He's going to have that pause, the classic Todd Howard pause. He's going to say, right now. And then it'll be like, Elder Scrolls Blades is available to play. And he's going to go into that whole thing.
And then it's going to be like, and announcing our first expansion pack, Elder Scrolls Blades Skyrim. And then
Skyrim. Yep. Here it comes. I can see it already. Yeah, that's going to be... I think their E3 is going to be weird this year. I feel like they're at a kind of weird... I think 76 threw a big wrench in their plans, honestly. I think that killed a lot of trust in Bethesda. And especially with how Todd Howard described it, like it was a huge project that all the 4 studios, American studios for Bethesda were working on, and that it just flopped so hard. I felt like there was a lot of reflection internally that happened because of that might have stopped or potentially delayed development on some of their games.
I bet Todd went back and he's like, I told you we should have just kept working on Skyrim. Just kept releasing Skyrim.
Skyrim 2. I would actually play that.
Elder Scrolls Online Skyrim 2.
The Mean Bean Machine. So we'll go into the next Bethesda news really quickly here. We've got that Fallout 76, Doom Eternal, Rage 2, and Wolfenstein Youngblood and Cyberpilot will be coming to Steam this year. Or maybe not this year, but coming to Steam. Probably this year.
But what about the Bethesda store?
I was gonna say the same thing. What an unfortunate experience to launch Fallout, make everyone download your thing, and you release the worst game ever on it.
Hey, they let you download it like 3 times at least.
That's true. They made you get your money's worth. Their bandwidth worth. What does this mean for that launcher? Just not as successful? Did they see a drop in sales, which I guess is the same thing as not as successful, but... Or is this some sort of, like, everyone's moving to the Epic Game Store and getting mixed criticism from fans, so this time they're like, hey guys, we need some free PR. Let's tell everyone our games are coming to Steam.
Oh god, what a bad strategy.
I mean, people were happy.
We need any kind of news story. Just give it to us.
It's good PR, man. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean, who uses the Bethesda launcher, to be honest? Like, no one.
I've never
you had
installed
to
it.
for 76, though, right?
Yeah, I had to.
He's literally forced by Tom.
But, like, all the games that I already owned on the that Bethesda made, I couldn't port them back into there. So I had to open up Steam anyways.
It's true. It's okay. Now you can buy it again on Steam and play Fallout 76 on Steam with the rest of your Bethesda games.
I mean, I think this is them, like you mentioned, you know, in what do you call it? Inner retrospecting themselves or something. And kind of...
Sounds like a surgical procedure.
And kind of cutting the costs on areas that I think they came off like a huge high. Right? Like going into whenever Fallout 76 was being developed, they were in a good state. So they were like, let's do all this stuff. Let's do online MMO. That's what MMO means. Let's do an MMO Fallout. Let's do, launcher. Let's do this and that. They probably had a VR headset somewhere in the back room. And now they realize that this is like everything is going to whatever, like nothing's working out. So they're just kind of stepping back. That's my take.
I agree. And I just thought of 2 things that they might announce.
A VR headset?
Other than a mobile game. First, Elder Scrolls Online expansion. Second,
don't say
Dishonored 3.
Okay.
Dishonored 3. Or maybe something Prey related.
Ooh. Prey might be a good choice.
I always forget about Prey.
Yeah, because they did, the moon base last time?
Yeah, and that was just like a fun game mode with like a randomizer mode added.
You know, I think people would like to see that.
I think people would like to see something that comes out of non-Bethesda Softworks.
Yep.
Yeah, something that works.
Alright, we're gonna go to our last thing, and this was something that didn't work, and that was Fallout 76. I don't have much to say on this, but I'm just going to quote Todd Howard saying, Fallout 76, quote, had a lot of difficulties during development.
Mm-hmm.
I have one bullet point for this story, and it's lol. That's it. Tristan, do you agree?
I mean, well put, Todd. I'm
As the only man who played that game
in the
this
history of the
podcast.
world.
No, there were many people who died playing that game.
I mean, sure, but that doesn't fix the fact. That doesn't, like, you know, it doesn't let you off the hook for making a bad game.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. And there were rumors that Todd might resign after that game came out. No, after that game came out, yeah. Because he was, like, championing it so hard. We talked about this when the game came out. How did this game release in that state, right?
Yeah.
Like, you had to have QA testers who knew of all these issues. And I think, you know, we always say, hey, you can release a game in a broken state and fix it, and people will still play it. I think they showed the limit to which gamers will tolerate. They set the floor on this one, guys.
Looting didn't work, crafting didn't work,
Quest didn't work.
online didn't work. Like,
when your online game, the online doesn't work.
Basically, the only thing... Actually, nothing worked. The map didn't work. The UI didn't work.
People hacked the nukes, right?
Yeah.
Already? Yeah. Feels bad. I don't have a lot to say. All I hope is that Bethesda as a company, not just like the one studio, but as a company sort of learned that you can't just pump games out to your consumers anymore. We won't tolerate that, I guess. We'll tolerate other people's bad stuff, but not Bethesda's bad stuff. And they already have we already give Bethesda a pretty long leash when it comes to buggy releases.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Oblivion and Skyrim are just chock full of them.
Alright, that's all we got for news. We're rolling into Tristan Jung podcast game time fun. I'm gonna hand it off to you, Tristan.
Hello.
Are you the Twitter correspondent?
That's the tone that I use, huh?
Twitter correspondent game show host,
It's
Tristan
been
Jung.
1 year, 365 days, 52 weeks, and 24 episodes of us talking into microphones, publishing reviews, features, and podcasts at viewportgaming.com. We thought we would take a step back and quiz our two other founding members about what they can remember
I'm gonna win.
about the past year.
Mm-hmm. I can barely remember the past week.
I remember yesterday.
I'm calling this segment Annual Analysis. This is going to be a trivia game show where each question will grant you 1 point if you get it right. You have to buzz in. The buzz-in word is obviously viewport in celebration of our 1-year anniversary. And these questions, I'll give a little backstory for each so you understand, but it will range from things on our website, but mostly on our podcast. Is everyone ready?
Sure.
Are these like exact answers? Like what's the fudge? Are these like multiple choice? What's going on here?
These are exact answers, and whoever's closer will get the point. We are celebrating the 1-year anniversary of our website launch, but Viewport has been in the works for a little bit longer than that. When was the first time the word viewport was mentioned in our Discord server?
Viewport.
Oh,
Albert?
Do you want a day or like a month?
I want a date.
February 27th, 2018.
Okay. Alex?
I think that's way too late. Oh, that's way too late. Holy crap.
I want to go with like December 11th.
Oh, man.
The correct answer is February 13th, 2018.
Ooh.
1 point to Albert. Alright, next question. A big portion of what we do at Viewport Gaming is providing reviews of our favorite and not so favorite video games. How many reviews have we released since the launch of our website?
Viewport.
Albert?
23.
Alex?
Wait, how many have I released?
No,
Everyone to combine.
all of us.
Everyone combined.
Including
Okay.
Steve and Hamza.
Okay, well, I'm going with 37.
And the answer is 41. So Alex gets a point there. In order
That's
of
me
descending count, Steve has released 13, I have released 12, Alex and Albert have released 7 each, and Hamza has released 2. Okay,
That's pretty good.
next. Although we tend to play video games we think we will like, there are a couple that we value a lot. How many games have we given a score of 9 out of 10?
Viewport.
Albert?
Does this include Steve's reviews?
Yes.
As of when?
Right now, at this instant. April 2nd, 2019.
3.
8.
The answer is 12.
What?
Alex gets the point. We have given
Really?
a 9 out of 10 to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Cuphead, Monster Hunter
that's
World,
Oh, you counted your
Into the
old
Breach,
reviews. Oh,
Nintendo Labo,
man.
Dead Cells, Yakuza, Kiwami 2, Smash Ultimate, Slay the Spire, Tales of Vesperia, Baba Is You, and most recently, Devil May Cry 5. I mean, not counting the old reviews, it's still 8.
Like 7?
8.
Like 9
Oh,
or 8. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, cool. Alex leading the charge with 2 points, and Albert at 1. And we're going to focus a little bit more on the podcast now. I spent the whole weekend listening to all 24 episodes to collect some data.
How was that?
It was kind of funny to see what we were talking about a year ago. Smash was just announced. Here we go. We didn't know when Kingdom Hearts 3 was coming out.
Oh.
And Battle Royale was a starting fad. Albert,
It was. Yeah, we were just talking about Fortnite.
I quote, said, "Is the Battle Royale bubble about to burst?"
Famous last words.
Hey, let's be real. The only good battle royale since then is like Black Ops and maybe Apex. And Apex.
Alright, so that's a year ago, but there were also many changes that happened in the podcast, namely with hosting and formats and etc. How many times did each Viewport member host Viewport Relay?
Wait, we have to answer like person, then number, then person, then number, then person, then number?
Sure.
Okay. Tristan did about 4, I think. I believe I did 1. And Albert did the remainder, which would be 20.
I'm gonna say Tristan did 3. Or no, Tristan did 5. No, Tristan did 3. I'm going by original. Alex did 1, and I did the rest.
Okay. So the answer is Albert hosted 22 times. I hosted twice. And Alex has never hosted, so Albert's technically
actually
closer.
not?
So
I didn't know who hosted the one that I was gone. I didn't know if it was Alex or Tristan.
I
who did
hosted that one.
No, that was Tristan,
Okay.
yeah.
Dang it. That was my 1. I thought Alex did that one. That's why he said 1. I thought Alex would know how many he's hosted.
No, I was thinking I did like episode 2 or something, but maybe not.
I would've said
It's all
0.
a fever dream.
A long time ago, we used to take turns taking a news article out of the bag, but that was
That's right.
I
yeah.
was still hosting it,
Oh.
or Albert was hosting it. All right, cool. So our podcast mainly focuses on video gaming news, where we try to talk about the different happenings in the industry during the past 2 weeks. And as much as we try to be inclusive of all news, we do lean towards news that we're more familiar with. What is the top company that we talk about the most during the past 24 episodes?
Viewport.
Albert?
Nintendo.
Alex?
Bethesda.
And the answer is Nintendo. We have
Easy.
talked about Nintendo, we've talked about news related to Nintendo 27 times in the past 24 episodes.
That's not bad if you think about it, though. Because Nintendo does their directs, so they kind of already, like, have
they
natural
always
times
have
of the year.
Pretty
They
steady
wanna
stream
talk
of
about
news.
their
Yeah.
games.
All right, then
Yeah.
let's try second place.
Viewport,
Albert?
Bethesda.
Nope.
Epic Games.
Nope.
Wait. Oh, God. Valve.
Yes.
Ah.
Valve is tied.
Interesting.
Valve is tied in second place with
Oh, what?
Activision Blizzard at
Ooh.
15 news articles.
Blizzard probably got a lot of... Ooh, I know the third one.
I don't have I wasn't gonna give a point for the third one, but if you want to guess, I do have it.
Is it EA?
No.
Bethesda, then.
No. It's Epic Games.
Oh,
Okay.
are you considering any talks about Fortnite count under that?
Yes.
Why
Okay.
wouldn't it? It's epic.
Okay, cool. Although we talk about Nintendo a lot, we don't always treat them the best. Friend codes, broken online experiences, marketing issues, etc. There's always something to nitpick them about. And that's the same with Valve. Not making games, like we did today, giving up on their players, screwing up their store, etc. Between Nintendo and Valve, who have we called out more during the past year? And how I'm counting this is if we call them out during the episode, I count that as one, even if we call them out multiple times in the same episode. So how many episodes did we call them out?
Viewport,
Albert?
Nintendo.
I want to go with Nintendo too.
The answer is
Oh.
Valve.
Really? Ooh.
We have called out Valve 11 episodes out of 24, whereas we've only called out Nintendo 9 times out of 24.
I mean, I guess when you think about it, what like truly great things has like Valve done in the past
Yeah.
year, right? They haven't released any games other than Artifact, and they probably got called out for that like 2 or 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm. I think maybe the only praise we really gave of Valve was maybe the pre-release of Artifact, when it was still kind of fresh and we didn't know exactly what was going to be the end product.
All right, cool. So there's not just a bias in the companies we talk about during our episodes, but there's also ongoing running gags and topics
no.
that we bring up. One such topic is our favorite video gaming genre of the past year, Battle Royale.
Which, by the way, none of us play.
That's the great irony.
How many episodes did we bring up Battle Royale in a full sentence that was related to the topic at hand? And this does not count all the times Tristan asks, what is Fortnite? As a joke.
Well, there goes half the instances right there. Wait, so what do you mean use in a sentence? Like, we just can't say, what is this Battle Royale? Does that count?
No, that doesn't count. Like, it has to be an actual related thing.
Oh, okay.
But, like, it doesn't have to be the words Battle Royale either. It can be any game in the Battle Royale genre, but it's, like, actually pertinent and related to the topic.
And you're asking how many episodes?
Yeah, how many episodes out of 24 have we mentioned Battle Royale?
Viewport.
Albert?
15.
22.
And the answer is 23 episodes out of 24.
Oh, no!
We talk about it almost every single week.
We didn't talk
That we
about
do
it
a
all
show.
this week.
Mm-hmm. This was one of the rarities.
Yeah. I had a list going, and I just checked it off every episode. Somebody said any sentence, and not surprisingly, it was basically every episode.
It's basically the free space on your bingo card.
But which one was mentioned the most?
I didn't
Probably
keep
Fortnite.
track of that.
Probably Fortnite.
Probably Fortnite.
I forgot all about PUBG last year.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Man, ghost of BR past.
I have a in memorandum section later, so be prepared for that. All right. So Fortnite and Battle Royale aside, there are also many game designers and directors we'd like to talk about on their podcast. And there are especially 2 that are close to our heart. These would be Cliff Blazensky from ex-Epic Games, ex-Bosky Productions, and Todd Howard from Bethesda. Who did we name drop or joke about more over 24 episodes?
Oh, no. Wait, does each instance count, or is it per episode?
It's unique per episode.
Wait, what do you mean?
So if we
3
joked
episodes?
about them 5 times in one episode, I just counted it as one.
Oh, okay. Viewport.
Albert?
Todd Howard.
It has to be Todd Howard. We haven't talked about Cliffy in weeks.
Okay, so ding ding ding, that's right. So I'm gonna, for tiebreaker, let you guess how many times out of 24.
Oh, God.
It has to be 24 episodes. I swear we say his name every single time.
Viewport. 10.
Alex?
24.
We have joked about Todd Howard 16 times. That's
Ooh, I'm close. Yes.
Closer.
We have joked about Cliffy B 10 times.
Oh, I got the Cliffy B number.
It's actually more times than I thought.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's been that relevant.
We've had a classic, I had a classic Cliffy B quote from one of the episodes where I said, "That man has retired from making games forever," and Albert responded, "That's what you call a flop."
I'm sorry, Cliffy P.
What a flop
Don't
of
worry,
a career.
he loves his family.
Albert 5, Alex 3. Now, speaking of Todd Howard, and we brought it up this episode as well, Fallout 76 was a very contentious topic.
Yeah, very difficult game.
Ever since its announcement right before E3 on May 30th, 2018. All members of the Viewport crew hate the game now, although it has happened at different times. When did each member turn hesitant or become worried about the game? And we can start with me.
Do I say a date?
Yeah, a date or a rough time.
Viewport,
Albert?
May 30th. I think it's too early, actually. No, can I change it?
It was announced May 30th.
Yeah, I was going to be like June 11th. That was around their E3, I think.
Okay, June 11th. Alex?
I think it was a lot closer to release, which was what, September timeframe? November? Whenever that. So about August.
Okay. And the answer is up until the very end. So I was optimistic about the game until I had to review it, which in November.
No.
So 1
You
point
old summer
goes to
child.
Alex. How about for Alex?
Well, he already said.
Immediately.
But when did he say it in podcast form is the question.
Well, we did. Oh, I guess it would be at E3 basically. So June.
June 12th. Viewport, June 12th.
Oh, now I gotta check the date of our release. Nope. May, probably. No, I'm looking.
Alex hasn't. Wait, what did Alex say?
Well, you
I
didn't
said
say a
June.
date. June.
I didn't say a date.
Then I will just nullify this question because it's hard to do. Yeah, Alex was as soon as it was announced.
Oh, he
No.
didn't believe in Todd.
And
I knew
how
immediately. MMO? No thanks.
about Albert?
I don't know. That's the problem. I don't know.
Yeah, Albert, I think
When was
the
I
least,
skeptical about this
I think
game?
Albert was the least vocal on this game.
Ooh, I think I know. I'm gonna say... Well, should I let Alex go first? Is that my strategy?
I guess I'll say Viewport, and then I'll say Albert, basically around the time the beta came out. I can't even remember when the beta happened. Which was, I guess, early September, I believe?
Is that your guess?
Yes.
I'm gonna go October, because that's when the beta came out.
Oh, man.
Albert was hesitant right after QuakeCon in August. So Alex
Oh.
gets another point. I have some
Wait,
quotes.
when did they show it off at QuakeCon?
They did. So here's some great quotes. This was pre-announcement. I said, I want a new Fallout game.
Well, you got one, buddy. You got one.
Right after E3, Albert, quote, Fallout 76 has the potential to be revolutionary. And I said, I'm pretty psyched to try it out. Meanwhile,
I mean, it was revolutionary in one form or another.
Alex in the other corner said, I'm terrified about how an online Bethesda game will be like, how buggy it will be.
He was right.
Yup.
He was right.
I know better. I played these games.
After QuakeCon, Albert says, I'm a little hesitant of Fallout 76. Is it weird that we haven't seen anything about this game and it's coming out in 2 months? And I responded right away with, I'm still pretty excited though. And then after the review, I wrapped it up by saying the game sucks, but everyone's sucking Todd's. Maybe Fallout 76 is like Schrodinger's game. You don't know if it's bad or not until you open the game. And that's how we ended.
No, that one you could smell the emanating from it from like 10 miles away.
That one's going on the Game of the Year box.
Yeah. Oh.
So that's about Fallout 76 and Todd Howard. Thank you, Todd.
I lost both of those, right?
Yep. We're tied at 5
All
each.
3? I don't know how many there were. Oh, we scrapped Alex's
Yeah,
one. That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So, next question. As much as we wished every episode to be jam-packed with gaming news, that's sometimes not possible. How many episodes did we explicitly say that this is a slow week?
Oh, God.
Viewport?
Alex?
6 times.
Viewport,
Albert?
7 times.
The answer is 8 episodes.
Oh, man.
Albert takes one there.
So close.
And during these slow weeks, Albert, our podcast producer, does his best to fill in the hour with some games that keep everyone entertained. We've had a string of fun games. Name That Game, Best of the Bunch, Enigmatic Enemies, Oh, the Places We Game, Towering Franchises, The Numbers, What Do They Mean, Need for Speedo Part 2, and Who's the Boss?
No.
Between Tristan and Alex, who is the current champion?
Oh, God.
Viewport. Tristan
Alex.
is.
Viewport Tristan is.
Alright, what's the score out of... we've played 8 games.
Viewport.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think it's 5-3.
I also want to go with
Tristan's
5-3.
Alright, since Albert went first, he gets the point. The answer is 5-3. I am leading.
I knew it was close.
Mm-hmm.
Still have the champion belt at home. Maybe I'll bring it over to Japan. Next, another great segment that's randomly reoccurring, much to my dismay, is What Have You Been Playing?
You've been playing?
Oh, no.
We have done this segment 15 times.
Oh, okay.
Who has played the most unique amount of games?
Oh.
And I'm only counting the games that we mention during this segment and not anywhere else during the episode.
Wait, am I included in this?
Yes,
Viewport.
you're included. Alex?
Viewport. Albert by far.
Yeah, it's me.
What
Viewport
number?
Me? Well, Alex went first, though, so doesn't he get it?
Yeah, what? Well,
Or-
sure. Okay.
Or do you want to do a second
Extra
question?
credit?
Okay, we'll
Extra
give one to
credit
Alex for now. And then, just to
Do you have a game count on everyone?
I do. Just to give you a heads up, Albert and I are tied.
Oh. Oh.
So, if we want to do an extra point, what is the number of games that the both of us have played?
Oh, God, in a year? And mentioned during that specific moment? Viewport,
Albert?
16?
Viewport 13.
The correct number is 21.
Okay.
Albert gets
I was
one.
like, I think I'm under.
And Alex has played 13 unique games over the year.
Alex was just
Look,
guessing
I
for
guess
himself.
I guess
he was
myself,
just guessing
you know?
himself.
Alright, since we're on the topic of what have you been playing, let's keep on going. What is Tristan's most played game?
Oh. Could this be trying to bait us?
I feel like it's a bait.
Albert?
Wait, no, I don't want to answer anymore, but I'm just going to go with a Final Fantasy 14.
Alex, did you want to guess?
I know you've mentioned Siege a few times, but it can't be that many times.
I feel like he went through a phase and then he stopped.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember League being mentioned.
He's been paying the sub fee for at least a year.
Mm-hmm. Final Fantasy 14's the easy guess, though. I want to go with, no, you know what? I'm going with Siege.
And the correct answer is Final Fantasy 14.
Oh.
Mentioned 5 episodes.
But played for 24 episodes.
The next closest one has been, they're all tied at 2 times mentioned. Coven of Dusk. Fortnite was brought up twice.
I don't even remember Coven of Dusk.
StarCraft 2 was brought up twice. Siege and Smash, all tied at 2.
What is Coven of Dusk?
It's a dungeon crawler.
Is it a mobile game?
No, it's on the Switch.
Oh.
Alright, next person. Let's go with Alex. What's Alex's most
Viewport.
played game?
Wow, I wonder.
Do we even need... Does this count for points? This feels dirty to answer this question. Final Fantasy 14? No!
Alex!
Viewport.
No!
Azure Lane.
No!
Yeah, so the answer is Azure Lane has been mentioned 6 times. Final Fantasy was close. It was mentioned 5 times over the past year.
Yeah.
And
Cat girls cannot beat boat girls.
no. And then next we had Monster Hunter with 3, and Battlefield 5, and Valkyria Chronicles with 2. And finally, we can't forget about our host, Albert, who we always forget to ask when we do this segment. What is his most played game?
Oh, man.
I have an idea, but I'm going to let Alex guess first.
Viewport.
Yep.
Battlefield 5.
Viewport.
Mm-hmm.
RimWorld.
Oh.
And the answer is Battlefield 5.
Oh, really? It must be off by one.
Was mentioned 4 times, and there were a couple in second place mentioned 3 times. We had Kingdom Hearts 3, Monster Hunter, Ni no Kuni 2, and RimWorld.
Yeah.
I don't even know myself. Who am I? Who am I?
All right.
Oh, that's because I mentioned it last episode, I think. Oh, man.
So, next. We can't forget...
What's the score at?
We are at Albert with 9, Alex with 8. Very close.
So close.
There are 2 questions left.
Oh, no.
We can't forget about our favorite correspondent, Tristan Jung, Twitter correspondent Tristan Jung. How many episodes was he brought on
Viewport!
to... Albert?
7.
Viewport 9.
Tristan Jung, Twitter correspondent Tristan Jung, was summoned by Albert or Alex 12 times in the past year.
Man.
Not half, really? Half?
12 distinct episodes. I'm not counting the number of times. In 12 episodes, he made an appearance.
No.
Cool. As we sign off, we always make sure to let the people know what exactly is Viewport Gaming? Who has let the audience know exactly why Viewport Relay is part of Viewport the most?
Viewport. Tristan.
I'm going with myself.
And the answer is, with 14 times, Tristan Jung.
Yes!
Man.
I was going to say 14, actually, as my guess if we said Tristan both. Woo.
Albert wins with 10. Alex, oh so close with 9 points.
I felt like, I never get to play these games, that I had to take my one opportunity to win the one time I was able to play.
Mm-hmm.
And I will reiterate that the best game I ever made was probably called Need for Speed 02.
I agree. I love that one.
Speaking about random game names, I just want to wrap up with a couple of dumb game ideas we had over the past year during our discussions. We had Call of Duty Infinity Warfare, a crossover with Marvel.
I'd play that.
Monster Hunter Battle Royale with 100 monsters.
I'd play that.
A game by Valve, Firewatch card game.
What were we thinking?
I don't remember that one.
One of us said it. Nintendo Online Pass Season 1. Detective...
Is that a game?
That was a game.
That was a game? Okay.
Detective Captain Falcon, mystery game, like a noir, LA noir style.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Monster Hunter in Space, The Elder Scrolls 6 Monster Hunter, Braid with Guns and Aliens,
Wait, what?
Bethesda Gaming Universe, Football Manager Quidditch, an all-star collab with Yokotaro Miyamoto, Kojima Suda51, Inafune, and Harada.
There we go.
Okay.
Ariana from Final Fantasy 15 eating cup ramen as DLC.
Oh, no.
World of Warcraft, Battle for the Floss. And my personal
Wait.
favorite. What?
What? Floss?
Yep.
Who
I
said
think
that?
we were talking about Battle Royale or something.
Yeah, it has to be Fortnite.
And my personal favorite, David Cage's Battle Royale.
Never
play that
emotion
one.
so high.
I would play that one. Imagine the QuickTime events in that thing. Holy moly.
And I want to end off this segment in loving memory of those that have passed on in the past year. These are things that we have mentioned explicitly with RIP X or, oh man, that thing is dead. Fallout 76, Metal Gear Survive.
Could I guess Artifact?
I'll get there. Final Fantasy 15's DLCs, Lawbreakers, H1Z1, Radical Heights, Realm Royale, Boss Key Productions, open world Star Wars game,
We're sorry, Cliffy. You're on here like 3 times.
Titanfall 3, PlayStation Vita, Artifact, Steam.tv, Telltale Games, Prima Games, Heroes of the Storm esports events.
Oh no.
Soulja Boy consoles.
Oh no, the biggest loss.
And Activision.
Rip Activision.
They lost 2 CFOs, Destiny, and had layoffs.
They lost a bunch of employees.
So there you have it.
Oh.
That's year 1
Pour
for
one
Viewport
out.
Relay. Hey, what's Viewport Gaming?
You tell me.
Viewport Relay is part of Viewport Gaming, a website that provides a look into video games through reviews, features, and podcasts. You can catch all random, funny content such as this at viewportgaming.com.
As always, I've been your host, Albert Corsten, joined by Tristan Jung
Goodbye!
and Alex Nestor.
It was a good year, guys. See you next time.